Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new process video for Pink Fresh Studio. And today we're going to use the Picture Perfect collection along with the Be Fearless new stamp set to create a project. So I really love this pattern papers. I love this collection. It's like soft and very feminine. So I'm going to do something very feminine. And the way I'm going to say it, the best way to describe it is I'm going to reinvent the pattern paper to make my layout. So I had this idea with this paper. This name of this paper is Happiness Blooms. And my idea is I want to transform this paper into, think of it like a huge die cut or like a cut file piece. And for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the rhomboids that have a flower in it. I'm going to use a craft knife to do this. And I'm going to be careful to leave a little bit of the white paper or the white inside of the rhomboid, so that when I've cut all the rhomboids out of this, like all the ones that have the flowers, all the leftover, because it's like a really soft like peach tone on the paper, I want all those peach rhomboids that are left behind to be attached. And to do that, I have to be careful and I have to be mindful mostly to leave a bit of the white offset inside of the white rhomboid that I'm taking out. So this took me some time. I used my craft knife and I used a magnetic mat, so it was easier for me to keep it my ruler in place and just work it out. And you're gonna see, like I said, I'm gonna take it off camera. I'm gonna work it outside of the camera. I'm just showing you how it started, and then you're gonna see when I come back in a bit that I like it taking pretty much all of them. Like I said, I was careful to leave a bit of the white offset inside of each one of the little diamonds with the flowers, so that the soft pink or peach tone rhomboids that are left behind are joined all together. So it's gonna look kind of like a trellis with empty rhomboid spaces. Like I said, think of it as creating a huge die cut or a cut file die. So I'm going to just keep working outside of the camera, and when I come back, you're gonna see how, like, it's gonna look like. Once I've taken out all the flower diamonds, that's the best way to describe it. You're gonna see it looks like kind of a plaid. I don't know what to tell you. So the other thing I'm gonna do is I want to keep one of those zigzag borders, that end at the bottom and top of the page. I want to keep one of those for my layout. So I'm gonna take my pair of scissors and I'm gonna fussy cut underneath that coral line, so that my rhomboids end up in that cute little soft wave at the bottom. Once I have that, I'm gonna flip my paper in this case, and I'm gonna add foam adhesive behind each one of the little diamonds. I want to create a little bit of dimension. I want to make sure that when I put this cut file on my cardstock, I see that little shadow and you can read the difference between the paper and the background. So like I said, I'm just gonna keep one of those zigzag borders. The other one I'm gonna cut apart, and at the same time I want to sit this paper that I just cut away. I want it to sit around around half a rhomboid outside of the page. So you're gonna see that first of all, I took the top part with the zigzag, then I'm gonna set the leftover piece so that half of the top row of diamonds sit outside of my 12 by 12 white cardstock, and I'm just gonna trim the excess. What that did is just make my background a little bit shorter. It's gonna give me some negative space. You're gonna see more of the white cardstock, and it's not gonna be overwhelming. And it's gonna finish in that nice cute zigzag line. So once I have that, I'm gonna set that to the side. My background's ready, and I'm gonna work on the embellishments. For this, I am using the Be Fearless stamp set, die, and a stencil. And if you were in the Create and Connect event a couple months ago, then this was part of your kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna heat emboss it. I am using hammer mill 100-pound cover premium color copy cover cardstock for this. I am using, I think it's called Clear Shimmer powder from Wow, to just bring a little bit of sparkle to my embossing. And I'm gonna emboss, I think I did like around 8 images, if not more. I think it's 8 images. And once I have them all ready, I'm actually going to color them using the stencil that you can get that coordinates with the stamp set and some of the inks. For all my greens, for my leaves, I am using eucalyptus for the base, and then the accents I'm going to use spruce tips. Now for the flowers, I'm going to use 3 different shades of color. I'm going to pick up the colors based on the collection. I am going to use cherry blossom, peony, and begonia for one of the colors. I am going to use peach fuzz, coral reef, and passion fruit for another one of the flowers, and I'm going to use ballet slipper, sparkling rose, and bubblegum for the other flowers. So I have a combination of pinks and peaches and a really soft coral, which are really representative in this collection. So you're gonna see that I'm just using the stencil. I'm following the numbering on the stencil to color my flowers. I am using my 1/2 inch ink blending brushes. It makes it super easy because they're small in detail. So once I have all my flowers colored, I am actually gonna bring the Be Fearless die, and as you can get in the store, it coordinates with the stamp, and I'm gonna cut them all at once. You're gonna see right now I'm just bringing all the colors so you see what I used. Like I said, I went with something a little bit on the peachy side, something in the coral side, and something on the pink side. Once I have them all ready, I'm going to go ahead and die cut them so I have them ready to build my layout. So you're gonna see now we're gonna bring back the background and start working on this. First thing I want to do is I want to keep my layout. I want to keep it like very simple, but with the flowers being kind of like the pop in the page. The background as it is, the paper is like really super soft, the little diamonds that are left behind, that it kind of reads as white, which is perfect. So the first thing I do is I actually want to not hide, but I want to like kind of put away or make it an interactive, kind of hide a bit, even though I'm trying to say camouflage the lines of journal. For that, I'm going to use one of the vellum pockets that comes in the Picture Perfect collection, and I'm actually using the Spanish version of this collection for this. And I'm going to make sure that my pictures, these are my niece and my daughter sitting in the couch, they're always together. Going back to the little envelope, the little pocket, I'm gonna make sure that my picture sits on top of the pocket, but that I'm able to pull out the little tag in and out. That's the one thing. The second thing, I'm gonna add a little bit of leftover cardstock behind the picture just to give it a little bit of lift. Once I had that, I'm actually gonna bring one of the tags that comes also in this collection to just bring a little bit of the peach to the background. I chose that yellow pocket just because it's gonna bring your eye to that. There's nothing anywhere else that is yellow, so that's just gonna make sure that your eye goes into that spot. Once I set them on the left hand side of my page, right at the around the zigzag line, I'm gonna go ahead and bring all those Be Fearless die cuts that we created to actually just start framing and embellishing my layout. So the way that I want to go about it is I want to make sure that I combine a little bit of the peach, the coral, and the pink flowers in each one of the clusters. I'm going to create kind of a large one on the left hand side of the photo that's going to go behind the pocket to the bottom corner of the pictures. I'm going to create another cluster on the top right corner of the pictures behind the layers of paper that I added, and then I am actually going to start tucking in the flowers inside or the little diamonds that I cut out of the paper. Not in all the paper, just in some of them. You're gonna see that I'm gonna put some flowers kind of coming from outside of the page inside the little diamonds. So I'm just setting up my idea right now. I'm not gluing anything, just so you see what it's gonna look like. I want to take advantage of those empty spaces that the diamonds that I cut out created to add the embellishments on that page. Once I'm happy with what it looks like, I'm actually gonna go ahead and attach it to my page with a little bit of foam adhesive. I want to create a little bit of dimension and movement to my page. Now, it is going to, like right now, this just kind of think of the skeleton of the flower arrangement. I am gonna add more as I keep building on the layout. So for now, I'm happy. You're gonna see that the top left corner of my page, I had that flower sticking out. I'm just gonna trim the excess. Once I have all my flowers, like I said, the skeleton of the flowers, I'm gonna start adding embellishments. I am using some of the puffy stickers. I want the embellishments to sit around each one of the clusters, and you're gonna see that some of the clusters actually connect, so that creates a little bit of movement on my page. I added that that says mi momento favorito to the top right corner. It stays peachy. I don't want it to be like a lot of pop of color, but then I added that really deep orange to the top left corner because I want a pop of color and I want your eye to jump there. Then I'm gonna add that like bright pink to the bottom left corner of the pictures, again because I'm gonna pick a color that your eye is gonna like, it's gonna bring your eye to that. And then I am gonna use the space between the bottom right corner of the picture and the florals on the right hand side of the little zigzag line to add my title. And I'm using the puffy stickers that come in this collection. For that, I'm gonna put the word juntas, which means together in a feminine sense, and then I'm gonna put the word siempre. So the title is gonna be Juntas Siempre, and that means together always, but for the feminine, the girl version. And then at the bottom, actually, I wanted like a smaller font. So I went and pulled out, these are the mini alpha stickers from Making the Best of It collection. Again, I'm using the Spanish version. Doesn't matter, they look the same. And I'm gonna spell that at the bottom. Now that I have that, you're gonna see that I'm gonna start bringing extra florals and leaves just to bulk up the clusters. The piece that was left over from the top left corner of the layout, whatever I trimmed, I'm gonna put underneath my picture. I'm going to start adding extra leaves and small flowers to each one of the clusters. I just want to bulk them up a little bit more. I don't want to add a lot more because I want the background to, like, I don't want the background to disappear, but I also want the flowers to pop. All I'm doing is just adding smaller flowers and a little bit more greenery, a lot of, like, there's quite a bit of leaves in this stamp set, just to, like, bulk up this. You're gonna see that I'm gonna bring some of the chipboard stickers because I want to add, like, at the top, a pop of green. I am gonna bring little puffy hearts. I added that pink and the coral next to the title, but I'm gonna go with the blue just to match the color in the title on the little pink sticker that I have on the left hand side of the page. Once I had that, I didn't want to add enamel dots. I wanted something with a little bit of shine, so I'm going to bring some jewels to my page, and I'm using, I'm gonna name the colors in the description, but I'm gonna say it's pink, coral, green, and a little bit of peach. So I'm just using a combination for that. I added them kind of in a row wherever they sat in a diamond. If they're not in a diamond, they just kind of scatter, but if them sit in my in this case jewels, in an inside or outside of a diamond, they're gonna follow one of the lines of the diamond. That's just gonna help me just sell the idea of the diamonds and just bring a little bit more interest to the background too. Once I have that, I am pretty much done. And like I said, what took me the longest, because coloring was super easy, was cutting the diamonds and the background. But I love how this turned out. You're gonna see that right now. All I'm doing is, because I always forget that I do that at the last minute, is add a little bit of twine to my tag, just to, like, make sure that it reads as a tag and I can pull it in and out. And that's about it. I love how this turned out. Like, love. It's super feminine. There's quite a bit of interest to the background without doing much. Like I said, just, you're gonna need a craft knife that is super sharp to help you with this. But I love how this turned out. And then I have quite a few rhomboids left in my stash that I'm going to use for something else. But as always, if you have any questions on how this came together, do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to help you. Remember to leave me a comment in the description of this video and I can come back and help you. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you can check all the materials that I used in the shop. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, guys.